ESPN highlights, 5 minutes. Oh, they won. I love the Cal Bears. I went to Berkeley. I love my Cal Bears, even though they suck in every sport. If you're watching to get better, the reason is it just makes you feel good when they win. You're like, yeah! How many people are like, oh, it feels good when your team wins? When they're in the Super Bowl.
I like that passion of knowing the result. I just love to see it.
Yeah, that's true. I love seeing Game 7 in Miami Heat Arena when they won the NBA Finals. That was freaking cool. That was a life experience. But I wouldn't have watched it at home because I'm not a Miami fan. But man, I was that day. People watch sports because they want to be identified. And maybe you're a bad example because you have a passion for it. But most people, you can sit down. Most people, I'm not done reading you, but you can sit down. Most people watch sports because they want their identity attached to a winning team. Ever notice, anybody from Washington?
Yes.
Like, you're probably a real Seahawks fan, right? From Washington. I'm a real 49er fan. They won Super Bowl 16, 19, 23, 24, and 28, or 29. I know this because I watched it for years before I became an entrepreneur and realized I was wasting my time. Why do millions of people, by the way, you probably will never see John Maxwell wearing a jersey. You probably will never see, unless like the team, the player that the jersey actually gave it to them and signed it or something. Like they don't wear that. They don't like. You never see like John Maxwell walking around with an Ohio State jersey and be like, oh yeah, I'm an Ohio State fan, biggest fan on earth. He goes there once a year, just once a year, and he talks to them in the locker room, and he goes and he coaches them at halftime, and he gives them a motivational talk because John Maxwell's a leader, right? You do this because it makes you feel good because your identity is like, oh, look at me, I'm a Seahawks fan, we won the Super Bowl, baby, we are awesome. No, dude, they're awesome, you're just watching them be awesome, and it makes you feel good. At the end of the day, they're not wearing my jersey, so why the hell would I wear theirs? They're not rooting for me, right? So, guys, it's like, my husband just watching 6 hours of, like, you are not watching it in my home. Do you want to be married to me? We're not going to have football on our TV for 9 hours every Sunday. It's not going to happen. First of all, you don't even have a team. Second of all, why are you watching it? Wasting time. Wasting time. So I have a friend, a personal trainer of mine. This is when I decided to fire her. This mindset. I don't want to be around that. I fired my personal trainer because his mindset was just rotten, and I don't want to be around people like that. You become the average of the 5 people you hang out with most. Why? Because they will fill your subconscious. Your friends, how many people have got a negative thing from your friend? Things don't work. No, you don't work. And I said to him, do you want to be successful? And he said, yes. I said, what is successful? He was like, if I made 10 grand a month in my spouse, I'd be successful. He was like that. And I said, so you'd be successful if you, okay. So you're going to have to be, like, you watch the 49ers every week, right? Yep. 4 hours a week. Like, give that up. And he's like, I don't have time. I'm training 80 hours a week, and I have kids. And I'm like, do you watch football? He's yeah. I'm like, that's 4 hours a week. You give me 4 hours a week, I can get you to regional director. I'm never giving up football. I'm like, really? No, I would never. I'm never giving up. I would rather be broke all my life than give up watching football. I love the 49ers that much. I'm like, okay, really? So 5 minutes later, I'm like, hey, I have a question. I got all these rich ladies in Alamo that are my friends, and they need a personal trainer. There's about 20 of them. We're willing to pay you $500 each next Sunday during the football game. We'll pay you $10,000 if you'll come over and train us. He's like, great, I'm in. I'm like, I thought you were never going to miss football. Like, you just said you would do it for money. He goes, well, of course I would do it. I'm like, that's because I'm going to give you the money. But if you continually miss your football, you could make $10,000 a month for the rest of your life. It's called sacrifice. Right? And I don't mean to pick on sports fans. You ladies, my mother-in-law and father-in-law, they've been watching soap operas for like 40 years. Like, they think it's their family. Or you gotta watch why do people love The Voice? Why do people love American Idol? Because you're watching someone have success. Stop watching and create your own success. So, you, unfortunately, have been programmed all your life, right? It was probably a story like this. Go to school, play nice in the sandbox, don't get in the principal's office, get a good job, go to college or not, it'll increase your chances of getting a higher salary, right? Right? My dad every day, not every day, because I only was with him every other weekend, but he would always tell me, if you believe in something strong enough, the universe will conspire to make it happen. And here's what the universe is, guys. It's that if you believe in something strong enough, you just won't listen to this. You won't listen to this garbage. You won't listen to it. Because if all of a sudden, like, I decided I was going to build a weight loss business, a business in Visalis. So I started reading the comp plan. And that drove information in my subconscious. I started looking at the stories. That gave my subconscious belief that what we're doing is actually working. I started going to events. I've never missed an event my entire career of network marketing. It's seeing thousands of people like you have success when you start believing that you can. Because if you don't deliberately fill that brain, it will be filled by default by all the shit around you that's not serving you. I can't. Like, I would never tell myself, I can't make that call. I say, I will make that call, and I will do whatever I can until I make that call. I am the type of person that makes calls. I'm not going to sit there and tell myself, I can't make that call. I'll be honest, your rejection does not suck more than mine. It still sucks to me. I hate being rejected. I hate being ridiculed. But you know what I like more? Changing lives. Right? You're going to be rejected. Here are your top 4 fears of all human beings in order. Unfortunately, surprisingly enough, death is not even first. People are more scared of rejection than they are death, and you wonder why people quit? Number 3 is failure. People are afraid that they'll try something. They're right, because they haven't done this yet, and they will fail. Well, you only fail when you quit, by the way. How many people, who in this room thinks they've been in the longest and made the least amount of money? Raise your hand. Okay, very honest. How much have you made? Yeah, raise your hand.
We made $5,000
Anybody like make less than $5,000? And how long?
in 4 years.
Oh, okay.
3 years.
Anybody less?
We did it for a year and a half and made $100.
You're on your path to success. Congratulations. You're a third of getting your initial test guy. Like, has she failed?
No.
If she quits tomorrow, does she fail?
Yes.
So you can scratch failure off of this because you can only fail if you quit. Right? Third, fourth one is ridicule.
Doing one of those dang pyramid things where you get to look at your friends and family. Well, I'm not willing to do that.
Oh, you don't want your friends and family to be skinny and rich? Well, I want to scratch you off my friend list right now. I want to hang out with people who want the best for me, and the best people who want me to have a great, healthy body, a full bank account, and happy relationships, and a mindset that I can control my own destiny. Those are the kind of people I want to hang out with. I have literally kept friends and family out of my life. Not that I don't go to Christmas dinner with them, but I don't call them. I don't go. My own sister, I'm there for her. I love her. She's a heroin addict, recovered right now for the time being. I don't hang out with her. I love her. She's my only true full blood sister, same dad, same mom. I love her with all of my heart. I want the best for her. I hope that she gets healed someday. I would love a relationship with her. But I have realized that I can't have that because her mindset is so bad that you become the person you hang out with the most, right? So look at your friends. You know the number one risk factor for obesity, by the way, is not genetics. There's 500,000 genetics. It's who you hang out with. 58% likely to be obese if your friends or family are obese. Yeah, if your parents or both parents are obese, you have an 80% chance of being obese. It's not genetics. It's not that obesity runs in your family, it's that nobody runs in your family. be intentional. We don't tell you to go read Jim Rohn and Tony Robbins and John Maxwell and Zig Ziglar because they're paying us. A couple of them are dead. Napoleon Hill wrote Think and Grow Rich. It's the number 10 all-time best-selling book in the world. There's a reason that like Henry Ford read it. There's a reason that all the wealthiest people in the world have read that book. It's really good. Put that on your list. The difference, the way, when I came in this industry, I've gone to a 6-figure income and then down. And then to a multi-6-figure income and down. 6-figure, down to a 7-figure. Why? Because I started filling my subconscious with the right things. Okay? And rejection is no easier on me, but my brain knows that I'm going to be rejected. But I have learned skills that I don't get rejected in a weird, creepy way anymore. Like, the way I got rejected 8 years ago, I don't get rejected that way anymore. People don't say those things because I have a posture that someone would feel stupid saying that to me. Someone would be like I don't come across like, hey, do you want to sign up in my deal? You know, or whatever people say. Hey, I got this business opportunity. You want to come take a look? You want to make millions? Like, oh, that's one of those pyramid things. Like, I would never say that. In fact, I ask them so many questions. They're begging for me to tell them how they can have a solution, right? Job is not to lead the horse to water. Your job is to make the horse so thirsty it begs you to lead it to water. You don't show someone the overview. You get them dreaming and wanting and hoping so much that there's a solution to the shit problems you just told me I had. Do you want more money? Yes. Do you want more better health? Yes. Do you want a better retirement? Yes. Get them dreaming. Are you getting that in your current job? No. What if I told you I found a way? Would you be interested? Yes. Now they're ready. Now they're begging. Give me the overview. I have people like, dude, it's been 2 days. Where's the overview? I'm like, oh, sorry, overview.com. Like, I want to make them want it. Your job is not to try to, please watch this overview. You gotta see what I see. They don't see what you see until they feel what you feel. The magic isn't how many people you get to the overview. Rachel, it was not the fact that she got 200 people to the overview, is that she got 200 people to want to see the overview. Hey, I just found an incredible opportunity where we can make money and weight loss and help people. I'm going to get on the challenge, my mom's going to get on the challenge, Josh is going to get on the challenge, and I have a feeling that we can change a lot of lives. Great, give me more information, overview.my.com. It's not that she spammed a bunch of people saying, hey, watch this, and then call me back, and you're going to be a millionaire on my team. You get what I'm saying? Posture and confidence comes with belief, right? I mean, you got to have 4 beliefs to be successful in network marketing. Number 1, you got to believe in the industry. Number 2, you got to believe in your company. Number 3, you got to believe in your products. Do our products work? Say yes. Yes. Anytime your belief starts to waver, just go on Facebook, and when you see 3,600 views before and afters, you'll know it works. These are easy. Can you believe in the industry? Yes. Spent millions of dollars and created more millionaires than anything outside of sports and entertainment. Can you believe in the company? Yes. All you have to do is go to this event. Do you all believe in the company? Yes. Guys, do you believe in the products? Yes. Those are the easy ones. What's the hardest? Yes, you gotta believe in yourself. I wasn't born an entrepreneur. I was scared shitless to do my first meetings for the first 9 months. I would literally break my eyes. And I was so determined after my first event. Anybody feel determined right now? Yeah. I was so determined that I was just gonna do it no matter what. Man, did I get knocked down. I cried at some of the rejections. They were so bad. I almost quit. Today, I sit there sometimes like, how did I ever make it without that personal development? How did I ever make it through those times? Like, by the grace of God, I must have meant to be here because I got some horrific. The girl that I was in her wedding, she was in my wedding, she was one of 3 people in the birthing room when I had my first child. Rejected me horrifically. You want to hear something crazy? Talk about, ooh, karma? Like weird, like chill bumps kind of things. 8 years ago, my first network marketing company, I talked to her, she's so excited. Her husband shoots her down, so it's one of those pyramid things where you make money off your friends and family. We're not willing to do that, but I read it, but you are. You greedy bitch. That's what I read. I'm crying. This is hard. Like, you can't even call me. You email me. You're like my best friend, and you're emailing me like I started like, wow, if my best friend doesn't believe in me, do I have a chance? So you know what I tell you? So who earlier, you said, I'm afraid to go to my friends and family. You said who said it was the hardest rejection? Who said that? Was that you? Somebody in the group said, because that's the hardest rejection, and getting rejected by your friends and family, that's the hardest. Then they should be first. Go get the hardest out of the way, right? Because you gotta climb a mountain, then you gotta hop over a puddle. Go climb the mountain first. Go get yourself knocked down as many times as you can, because every time you get up, you can take a bigger and bigger punch. Do you know that when I sit on stage, anytime, my 5-star walk, my diamond walk, do you know what didn't go through my mind? Any of the thousands of rejections, any of the hundreds of ridicules, any of the people who quit, which were thousands. You think people quit on your team? I've had thousands of people quit on my team. Do you know that none of that crossed my mind? Rachel, did any of that cross your mind when you're holding out your $500,000 check? Zero. You know what I saw? You know what I thought of? All the lives that are changed. All the 100-pound clubbers on my team. Kelly's stuff in her story, nurse, $250,000, been there with me since day one. All the people that were there with me today, all of their lives of impact, that's what I thought of. That's it. Rejection is inevitable. Go get the hardest ones out of the way. You take the biggest hit, you get up, give me your next best shot. Get up again. Is that all you got, bitch? Is that all you got? Hit me again! Hit me again! Hit me again! Right? And pretty soon you truly become bulletproof. It doesn't stick to you. Anybody Christian in the room?
Yeah.
There's a really cool book called You Are Special by Max Lucado. It's a children's book. And it talks about the little women's. And there's women's, and the women's give each other stickers. Right? Stickers. If you're a good sticker, they give you a star. If not, they can give you a dot. And this one woman had so many dots. He was like, oh, it's covered with dots. Ooh, loves me. And then he went to see his wood carver, which was obviously representing God. And he said, come on in here. I don't make mistakes. Those dots, he's like, why is this one woman, Lucia, her dots, they don't stick to her? He says, because she knows that she doesn't let them stick. She knows who she is. She believes in herself because she knows that I don't make mistakes, and I made you, and you are special. Don't let the fucking dots stick to you. Seriously. Don't let somebody else's dots stick to you. You guys are all here for a reason. Give yourself stars. Don't care about somebody else's stars. I love praise, right? Do we love praise? Reds are in the room. We love praise. All I have to do to be Rachel's best friend is just keep telling her how pretty she is and how great she is and how much I love her and how smart she is, right? Tell me more. Look at her sit up, son. Nick could yell at us, but she doesn't. But he could yell at us for an hour and be like, you guys are so awesome. And I'll be like, we're so awesome. What do you say? Don't let that stuff stick to you. Don't let it. Do you get that? Right? That's hard. And you got to overwrite. Some of you 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years of bad files. Here's the great news. What's the great news, Dara? You can change your beliefs in anything in 30 days. 30 days. Start creating music. Whatever your worst story is. What was your worst story, Colleen? That you're not a good recruiter? Right. She actually said this, I'm not as good as other people. I want you to write down on a 3x5 card every day, I am extraordinary, I am just the way, God made me, and I am a freaking ambassador. I'll tell you what, for the first few days, you're going to hear that voice so loudly, it's going to stifle you. No, you're not, you're an idiot. Stop thinking that. Why are you saying that? You're just saying that because Tara wrote it. You're not going to believe this, right? Yeah, sure. And then the little voice, the next week, it's a little quieter. And then all of a sudden you're like, how did I get here? Like in your car, all of a sudden you don't hear that little voice anymore. And you start believing in an ambassador. And you'll start believing in your worth. And you'll start doing things differently. NASA actually did a study where they took astronauts and they put them in a really safe room, like a padded room. They took a lot of them and they put goggles on them. And what happened was the goggles reversed their world. So the floor was here and the ceiling, it literally, your eyes, you know that your eyes actually are upside down and that you actually have adopted at a really young age to switch it. Well, it was the goggles that grew. So, I mean, imagine the disorientation. Like, anybody get motion sickness? They were vomiting, they had migraines for the first week. Second week got a little better. Third week, all of a sudden, something magical happened from anywhere between the 26th and 28th day for different people. Their vision righted itself. But here's the crazy thing, is that they took those goggles off even for 1 minute. Before that, it would be another 30 days. So you can change any belief system. It is a physiological neural pathway in your brain. So what happens is you guys have these thoughts, right? Thoughts that you're grown up with, and it's a pathway, right? And you get into network marketing, your conscious comes home from the meeting and like, honey, we're going to be rich. Everybody's fat. We're going to get them all on our challenge. And we're going to be rich. How many of you felt that way inside the first meeting? How many of you felt that way? I did. I was like, 3 times, 9,500 people. We all get them on a shave kit at 5%. We're going to make like $60,000 a month. Let's go. Right? First night, your conscious is so on high. But what happens is every night you sleep, those neural pathways are like, you just went off course. And you wake up and go, holy shit, what did I do? How many of you had buyer's remorse or like doubt that immediately? So what happens is, this is called your comfort zone. So every time you do something that is not in your comfort zone and you go off, it is a physical thing in your brain. It actually is, you can touch it. Quantum physics. Every time you do something, cold call, that's why I never do it, because that's my life. You know when you're out of your comfort zone, get that little feeling, get a little sweaty, right? Like, oh, this sucks. And so then that's why people go, nope, I'm going to go back to an 8 to 5 job. I'm going to go back to not calling people. I'm going to go back to not getting ridiculed and rejected. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah.
But wait, if you go off over and 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 over again, this disappears and you begin to create a new neural pathway. And it takes 30 days. It may take more than that, right? Maybe take a year, 2 years. But eventually it'll happen. Like, I don't take rejection the same way that I did 8 years ago, or less. Like, I have a last laugh. Like Rhonda Lucero said, man, if I only had $1 for everyone who said no. Oh wait, I do, I have 5 million of them. Yes. That was my favorite line of the season, by the way. So how do you do this? You've gotta keep getting rejected, right? You think, name the best fighter you know. Vander Holyfield,
Mayweather.
Who? Oh,
Mayweather.
Do you know what he was not thinking about as he held up his championship belt? He wasn't thinking about the thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of knockouts and punch to his face and punch to his... He wasn't thinking about that. He was thinking about how great it is that he is a champion. I promise you, when you're standing on stage at Vitality, not one thing negative will be going through your mind. You won't think of one stupid person saying it's just one of those pyramid things. You won't think of one person who quit. Remember that person who quit, Rachel? Who? Yeah, neither do I. You won't think of a single negative comment to you. You will not think of all the rejection you got. And I'll tell you, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but every one of you, if you're doing this right, should get rejected many, 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 many times a day. Get over it. It's part of the process. But if you're a professional, you'll learn that don't ask questions that require a yes or no answer. Do you know why Doug Simpson's so successful? Everybody say yes?
Yes.
He doesn't say, hey, would you like your product for free? Because she could say what? No. He says, welcome to Team Julie. I can't wait to have you lose that 100 pounds. We're going to have your party this week and we're going to get your product for free. What night do you want it? Wednesday. Right. When he walks up to a customer And then he says, you know, your friend over there, Cindy, just told me that you want to lose weight. Is that true? She said you wanted to lose, what's your goals? 50 pounds. Well, Cindy, I'm Doug. I'm a good friend of, actually, Cindy, Mary, I'm a good friend of Cindy's. And I'm here to change your life. How bad do you want to lose that 50 pounds? Like, how serious are you? Get out your credit card. I'm going to get you on the challenge. You're going to save money, but in 90 days, you're either going to love me or you're going to get your money back. Are you ready to start your challenge? Actually, he doesn't say you're ready. He just says, get your credit card out. We're going to start your challenge. Instructional statements. You know why Doug does this? It's not because he has confidence, because he actually is not very confident. You know why he does this? Because he believes so deeply in what we do. He wakes up every day with intention. Why? Because of all the people who cried, who sent them stories that 80 pounds, 100 pounds, how many people have had a significant transformation on your team or yourself? So you're saying this works, right? The only thing stopping you is from here to here. I wish that all training was 95% mindset and 5%. Why? My 8-year-old can sell our product. My 8-year-old probably uses more products than half of our. She wouldn't just sell you the shape kit. She would sell you the shape kit. Oh, you haven't had the bye-bye? Well, try the Fiesta Nut. It's my favorite. Oh, and Mommy drinks these Go Shot. This is not a joke. This is a real story, and Rachel can vouch for this. Every morning, when my kids want me out of bed, I'm like, okay, but you gotta give me my Go Shot. They're like, Mom! So they would stalk downstairs in my office, and for like 2 weeks, this was going on. Finally, one day, my daughter walks up with a shirt full, and she dumps them in my drawer. She goes, here! Now you got Go Shots for a couple weeks. Stop bugging me. My whole drawer right next to my nightstand is all full of Go Shots. It is a it's full of 2 things, Go Shots and blue Vipacks. I might be the only person in Visal's history that has more yellow than blue because I take them every night because I have a water by my bed and I take them every night. But I forget the yellow ones because I'm so busy during the day. I might be the only one in Visal's. Anybody have extra yellows? We'll trade, right? Right? Yeah. Okay. So you guys have to start reading every single day. I gave a challenge and they're like, read an hour a day. I know if you're an audio person, do it. Nick said, do the audio on 1.5 to 2. And like, because here's why. You don't even have to hear it consciously. Why? Because your subconscious is going to hear it. Your subconscious is going to hear it. But you know what else it hears? It hears your voice. Every time you say, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that, I'm no good, or people don't want to join me, you're filling your own subconscious. See, if you asked 100 people at 25 years old, will you be successful? What do you think they're going to say? 100 people. You think they're all going to say yes? I ain't never met a 25-year-old like, no, I'm going to be a total deadbeat. I'm going to be broke. I'm going to be fat. No, I'm good. I'm going to be a total loser. Never have I ever. Go ask a 25-year-old, so will you be successful? Any 25-year-olds in the room? Are you going to be successful? Damn right I am. Yes. Right? But then why are 95% not? Here's why. Because you just live and you fall. You let your brain go. You don't control what goes into it. You watch TV. You watch stupid people on Facebook. You listen to people that are uneducated, not having success in what you're doing. You listen to negative people. Do not listen to Uncle Joe who tried Amway in 1962 for 1 week and gave up and network marketing doesn't work. Yeah. If you want to go to med school, if you want to be a doctor, you go to med school. You don't go ask Uncle Joe, who's never been to the doctor, it's a good idea to be a doctor. Right? So you go to events because Nick and Jason and Kyle and Tony and Rhonda and Mike, Craig and Rachel and Lori and Aaron and I and all the other 5-stars, we have done this in this company, and it is our duty and responsibility to pour into you and make sure that I don't go to the events because I want you to go. I go because I still need to go. Right? I don't want you to go to the event for me to say, ooh, look at my team there. I want you to go because I want you to change your life. Because I want to give you the lessons that I learned. And Rachel wants to give you, why do you think she did this? Boy, Rachel, would you rather be at the beach right now? I would. But why did she do this? No, I mean, if you had a choice, like go learn or go to the beach, what sounds more fun? Right. Then why did she do this? Knowing that we have another meeting from 2 to 10 tonight, why did she do this? For her? Because she just wanted to show off her new cute top? Likely. She wants you to be better. She wants you to have the life you deserve. She wants you to have success. Give her a round of applause. So I'll leave you with this, is that your brain is a garden. Your brain is a garden that you must constantly weed. You are getting seeds sown in it every single day without your permission. And what happens is they start as a little seed, and they grow, 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 and they grow. Anybody ever plant a tree? You can pull that bugger out the first week, second week, third week, fourth week, fifth week, 6 months, get a little tall, take a little stronger person. What happens? The thicker and thicker and thicker the trunk goes, the deeper the roots. You can't pull that sucker up. You gotta hire a crew to come dig that shit up. So some of you have deeper roots. Some of you, your subconscious has been programmed a long time. You gotta pluck the seed out immediately. Pluck it out immediately, right? I don't base my friends whether they're in my. I have a lot of friends that are not in my business. I have a lot of friends that are not. I have a lot of people that were in my business that were not my friends. I have a millionaire on my team that was not my friend, and when she left, I plucked her out of my life because she was not my friend before. We weren't really good friends. We just had a great working relationship, and she left. I literally have blocked her from every social media, email, phone. You know, an iPhone, it can say block contact. She would literally have to show up at my house to get a hold of me. That's how much I don't want this person in my life. And she was a millionaire on my team and helped me make millions. And I'm grateful for that. And I've told her many times, but I don't want her in my life. Right? Don't let negative people be in your life because you feel an obligation. Whose life is it? Why are you doing it for them? Care more about you and your... You know why you care more about you and your success and your healthy brain? Because when you let negative people keep you negative, you are not going to impact anybody. But when you are strong and secure and you're fulfilled, those are the real givers of the world. Those are the real difference makers. You know, the happier you are, the more confident you are, the more successful you are, you can give financially, you can also give your intellect. You can give people hope, you can give people belief. So guard your brain. I would really strongly recommend you stop watching TV. Really, I really would. Take those 20 hours. It's not serving you. It's all made up shit anyway. Even reality TV is not real. It's like mindless entertainment, and that's all it is mindless entertainment. And they're just sowing every time you watch TV. You're sowing those seeds that you're just gonna have to go and pluck out. Don't put it in the first place. You really think Steve Jobs, every iPhone, you really think he watches TV? Can you really imagine Bill Gates at millions of dollars an hour watching TV? Do you think Richard Branson became a billionaire because he sat around watching TV? I know Nick doesn't watch TV. Because I've seen his schedule. He doesn't have time to watch TV. Schedule your time. Because if you don't, it will fill in the garbage. So, how many people want to go from here to here? Right? And I shared this earlier, and this is my last thought, is 3% of all people who write down their goals make more than the 97% combined income. So of all the population of the 300-something million people in the world, or in the United States, the 3% of them that set their goals, write them down, and have clear, specific time goals, make more than the 97% who don't combined. You can put yourself here because I did it. I did it because I got around the right people. I joined the right, I cleared out my circle. I limited what I let in my brain. I stopped watching TV. I stopped listening to idiots. and I read every single chance I get. I'm not going to say every day, every chance I get. Okay? So, if there's one thing that I'll leave you with, is you've got to start your personal growth today. On the plane, on the ride, there's no excuse. Audio, vet, Vinet, go Google shit on Facebook and YouTube, and fill your brain with the right things, and every one of you will stand on the stage every single 6 months for the rest of your life. And the most valuable asset you do have is your mind. I hope you're taking notes. I'm just kind of scanning the room, always looking at who's taking notes and who's not taking notes. I'm always surprised. I still take notes from talking. Here's what I'll say. The next step of this sort of mindset before we get into some skills is I want to dive into visualizing what you want in your life. So now we know that your mind actually has the ability to dictate your actions, right? Belief drives activity, activity drives results. You learned that from Jason. Tara just explained a lot, all of what you think about. What I want to do right now is really get into deep about what it is that you really desire. Because the thing that's going to push you through all those haters and all the negative and all the yaks is being so crystallized on why you are doing this. If you are so crystal clear, if it is so visual to you, you guys can get through anything. That's how you get bulletproof. It's the combination of listening to the growth. It's the combination of getting around the right people. It's the combination of coming to the events. It's a combination of all of it. But you got to know why you're doing it. And guess what? It can't be money. Because money ends in why. Why do you want the money? So what I want to do, I want to walk you through a couple of exercises. We talked about your idea on this page. I think it's right after the blue. It's your ideal situation, the dreams worksheet. We're going to take a couple of minutes right now, and we're going to focus on the first question, which is, what is your ideal situation? How much money do you want to be making? What does your family life look like? Right now, we're going to take a few minutes, 3 minutes. And I want you guys to begin pouring your heart, your soul, your dreams on this piece of paper. I want you guys to be thinking about, right after the blue page, what is it that you truly want in your life? Maybe it's a certain amount of houses. Maybe it's a boat. Maybe it's a yacht. Learn it's not the same thing. Maybe it's a car. Maybe it's multiple cars. Maybe it's a lifestyle. I want you to begin writing this down right now. We're going to take